record those.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are seeming to like that, so good. One question, are you guys, well, most of you are out of town. I'm still waiting to hear back from locals, but there's a few of you local. Any of you interested in meeting at the Camera Club Live in the morning? I'll still do the Zoom, but it would just be earlier. It'd be like 10 or 10:30, instead of 1:30.
It's a hell of a drive for me.
Oh, you're on the beach, I see. Yeah. All right, well, we'll find out.
I'm up for it.
All right, so that's one. Okay, we'll see if we can get a few more. All right.
I'm traveling a good deal for the next couple months, and so I hate to commit so that you think, well, I have to go because she's coming. No.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be gone for 2 weeks in August. So
yeah, I'll be gone a few days in August, and then September I'm taking off for a couple months. We just got some tickets to go to Italy, so we'll see how that goes.
Right. Whereabouts in
close
Italy?
it down again.
Are you going to Cinque Terre?
Yeah, we will. You bet. Good. Talk to you a bit then. Anybody else that's got some feedback too? I talked to Wendell a little bit about it.
Yeah. I'm working on a slideshow that now I'm putting together the slides,
Oh, okay. Cool. I'd like to see that.
looking to
Right.
put into Showtime or
Great.
Travelog.
All right. Let me share my screen. And okay, you guys see that? It looks like some sandhill cranes.
Wow.
yeah, wow.
Nice image.
Well, thank you.
The lighting's beautiful.
The lighting it's one of those, it's a long shot. But it was one of those shot into the sun. So I had that wonderful glow to it, but then I put it through a dynamic auto painter and used it's a glow. Similar to like Nick has a glow to like a glamour glow. And it really bumped up that glossy look in the water. And then I worked on like detail extractor with the birds itself. So they were very dark. They were quite in the, silhouetted because I was shooting into the sun. But that's over Whitewater Draw. And that was 3 months ago.
Yeah, because I went there in February, I think.
Yeah, I was there in March.
That much
They
weather.
were still hanging out, huh?
Yeah, we went a couple times. We camped over there once, and then we did a drive. But well, you've all been there, I'm sure.
Nice. Yeah, it almost looks like sparks from a campfire in the background. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody have any ideas on suggestions for cropping or anything else, or we all like it as is?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good the way it is.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Well, I have a series of these, and I just thought they lended themselves to that greeting card look. Cheerful. I live out at Madera Reserve, and we have lots of houses that have courtyards and gates. And they're not like the Wiggum gates, they're not all alike. They're quite unique. So I spent about a year taking pictures of the gates out here, different times of the year, like Christmas decorations or what. And this is a combination. I've used dynamic auto painter, but then I take the original and put it on the bottom in Photoshop and put the manipulated image on top and work with bringing up the realistic details from the original into the manipulated one. So it's mostly manipulated, but there's elements of real
Right.
details.
Mhm.
I know it's girly girl, and I know you're a bunch of guys, and my husband doesn't
problem at all. I
particularly
was
like
kidding.
this because
Yeah,
it's too girly girl. The colors are
Yeah.
too cute.
I don't think so. So you're using a mask to pull through your realistic details.
Oh, well, yes, I use masks,
Yeah.
but I found that just using the eraser tool,
Mhm.
like that old idea of erase to history
Yeah.
in Photoshop, that I can get a really fine detail,
Mhm.
almost painterly with a brush. I suppose you can with a mask too, but I get instant gratification that way. You know, it's instant.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only suggestion I'd make is, it looks, well, I forgot to turn on my little cursor thing. In between, it looks like some of the spots where it didn't know what to do and it just kind of left it gray there. Maybe just, you can go in there with a brush and change the mode to color and just pick whatever's next to it and pull it in. It
Yes.
seems to happen between the verticals, it looks like, and here.
I think that's the program, but yeah, that I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what bothers me.
It's an anomaly in the program. Topaz has some of that situation too, and you just.
But I like it in the architecture, but not in the soil. I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
Toning down that blue, the
Are you more comfortable?
almost a bokeh look to it. The blue, it's in the foreground.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just maybe straighten it up a little bit. Looks like it's a little counterclockwise.
Yeah, might be.
Anybody else?
No, that was the only thing I was gonna say. It just looked a little out of level.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right.
One of the simplest things, huh?
Yep. All right.
This is the Desert Museum owl flying. And it's set up for a card shape.
Mhm.
So that if you bend it in half, like in the middle, the crease goes right, doesn't go through the head, but goes to the right of the head.
Mhm.
And I thought when I was making this, that it looked like it could be for a children's book or some sort of, well, very graphics, you know, type at the top left, type on the bottom right, folded so it opens up. And I've been thinking about trying to write a children's book and illustrate it. So I'm playing around with styles that I think that might work in the graphic arts, that might work.
It's very nice.
So all of the actual 95% of it's highly manipulated and looks quite unrealistic, but I burned in the face.
Mhm.
So the face of the owl is right off a photograph, the original photograph. So it brought back that element of realism. Gives you a focal point.
It has a real nice watercolor quality to it.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Very
I
cool.
like it.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
Denise,
Yeah.
were the wings that are white sort of or light color, was that the original wings? They looked really different.
Don't they though? Yeah. That's the program. That's the program I put it through in Dynamic Auto Painter. I think they picked up on that and really enhanced that. But yeah, that pattern was there, but it was not that.
Exaggerated.
Right, exaggerated, correct.
Yeah. Good.
Interesting. Well, it's interesting you're thinking in terms of text and layout. I spent most of my life working around that because usually my images were used for something editorial or advertising. So
Yeah.
I always had to work around where the headline was going to be and where all the copy was going.
So you probably did a lot of cutouts.
Yeah, I did a lot of, you name it. Yeah. Okay, nice. Let's see this next one here.
That's it's a cut fossil that I own. It's about that big. I don't know if you can see that, that big.
Oh, okay.
And I've got a macro lens, so I have worked a good deal with macro. Do y'all know who Mike Motes is?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. I've taken quite a few of his classes. And so I like to work in his style, you know, trying to use macro, not so much bugs, and being a documentarian, but for fun, macro for fun.
Was this printed at some point? It looks like it's got a pattern on it, or is that?
Well,
Canvas.
that's
Oh,
the
that's a
macro,
canvas.
that's the macro lens, and that's my artistic manipulation to it.
Hmm.
So I've got the original, that's a macro that's just, it's drop dead gorgeous as it is. But since this is supposed to be all creative, right? So,
Yeah. Oh, I see. So it looks like a canvas texture, just kind of small. So I wasn't sure if it was
yeah.
printed piece that you photographed after you had already printed it, or what was
No,
causing that.
no.
Very nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice.
Nice.
That is very nice.
Yeah. Let me just mention one point though, because I looked at this image in Photoshop, and you'll be surprised at the difference in the color space. See how red it is?
Oh,
And the reason is because it's a untagged image, you never assigned a color space to it.
I see. I don't know if I ever do.
Yeah, you can set that up in your preferences, but just to
I'm writing it down. Tell me about it.
yeah, just to have a look. Like if you want to assign a profile to this, just watch the images. I change color space. Right now it's showing it in Adobe 98. If I went to Pro Photo, which is even a wider gamut, you can see it's getting even a little redder.
Uh-huh.
If I go to sRGB, which is more of a limited, if you were just going to show it on a website or something, you can see how dull it gets.
No,
What a difference.
Yeah, so picking, which is probably similar to what we're showing here. Let's wait a second here. Yeah, it matches more closely to what's showing, because that particular program I'm using, Photo Preview, just uses sRGB as its color space, so that's why it looks like that.
so Sandy, would you change that depending on what you were using it for, or?
Yeah, well, it all starts in your workflow. It depends on what you set your camera up with.
Okay.
Yeah, usually if you set your camera up with like Adobe 1998 RGB, then it'll carry through to everything.
Okay.
It'll come in already tagged because it's assigned that profile. But if your camera's, either sRGB or isn't set up at all, then when someone gets it, like say I was at a lab and I picked this up and I didn't know what color space it was in, and I'm used to working in Adobe 1998 or Pro RGB, the colors wouldn't look like you intended them to look, and I'd send you a print back that looked pretty weird. So
Yes.
yeah, so just keep that in mind.
Okay. I thought I was in Adobe sRGB, but
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
I learned something new every day.
No problem. Yeah, the reason I did it was I was thinking maybe you could probably fill this in a little bit with a color wash,
Yeah.
to knock the highlight down a bit.
Yeah. It does draw your attention to that area. I always kind of try to go for a focal point. It does take you there.
Yeah, it works. I'm just wondering if you should maybe tone it down into something that's more like this area here,
Mm-hmm.
Lighter yellow or something.
So it looks like a natural Fibonacci curve there, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So is this a fossilized nautilus?
Yes.
Ah,
It's one I picked up at the Gem and Mineral Show several years back. It's sliced and it's polished. And
Yeah.
like I said, it's, like this big around.
mhm. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nice. That's another gate out here at Madera Reserve. And that's actually pretty close to how it looks. It's been put through Nick, detail extractor, and some other things to make it. I kind of like the graphic look to it, but it's far more toned down, I would say, for what we're seeing today of mine.
Yeah, I love that gate. It's beautiful.
Very nice. Yeah.
There are some pretty gates out here.
Nice. I'll have to drive over there. It's been years since we've been out that way. They were still building last time we were out there.
They're still building now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they still are.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's very pretty. I love the way these vines lead in.
Yeah.
And
I had nothing to do with that. Nature did.
yeah,
But your eye saw it.
yeah, looks good. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'd touch this one either. I like your crop, your composition. Yeah, it's working out nicely.
That's just down the street from me. And that's more of a watercolor look to it. But then I just heavily use the original to bring back the details. So this is pretty close to photorealistic too, rather than looking manipulated. But I really wanted the door to be crisp and in focus to lead your eye into that area.
Yeah, I think it works real well.
Yeah. Nice treatment.
Thank you.
How do you guys feel about maybe toning down this stock here?
Oh, I did.
I'll bet. Maybe a little more.
I contemplated getting rid of it actually, but
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
yeah.
No, I just maybe take a dark green wash on it.
Yes.
That'd knock it down a bit.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Can do.
Yeah, I don't mind these guys, but this kind of competes with your focal point.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's more of that technique, the program, the dynamic auto painter.
Mhm.
There's a Leroy Newman filter that's got 6 different color schemes.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of landed on this, and I have a series of these that are pretty much all similar treatment, all different subject matter. And it's back to see that blotchiness, the blue blotchiness in the soil in the foreground that bothered you on the first one, probably bothers you on this one too. But like I said, this is girly girl stuff, and my husband doesn't like it. So if you don't like it, you're just being a guy.
Oh, no, I like it. I just didn't like what it was doing between the reeds, because it was kind of like filling out with a gray or just one tone, but it just looked like it was a mistake rather than. And I think that's just part of the algorithm, because it happens in other programs too.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind it at all. I really like the way it goes cool in the shadows and warm in the highlights too.
It doesn't strike me as being girly girl, Denise.
No,
What, because of the prickly cactus?
it's
It
just
just, it
it's
strikes me as being artistic.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That
I
gate.
think on this one,
Yeah, we're gender neutral.
it covers the whole ground, and so it makes it look kind of natural.
Yeah.
On the first one, it looked blotchy.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's
And
it.
so I think that's the difference for me anyway.
Yeah, that's a good call, Al.
Thank
Right.
you, Albert.
I'll agree.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we got one more.
We do. I'm sorry. How many of these am I supposed to send in when I send?
5, but
5?
first go, we're good.
Okay. Forgive me next time.
Oh, no problem at all.
This is New York City 5 years ago. And I took some images and then have used Dynamic Auto Painter. And then I bring back the little detail of the lights on the shoreline and the buildings, and some of the detail in the waves and the bridge. But I don't know if any of you use Dynamic Auto Painter or not, but it's got a lot of possibilities. This thing's really moody. It's quite moody. I like it.
Mhm. I agree.
And I love the reflections.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, the reflections are wonderful. Again, maybe just tone these really hot spots down a little bit because I love what's going on up here.
Hmm.
I keeps going over here. I don't mind them so much in here because it kind of pulls you back in, but yeah, these guys are, and this one a little bit, but these I just keeps going there first.
Yep. Easy to do. Thank you.
Sure. Anybody else? Okay, those were very nice. Keep bringing them in.
Yep, a nice set, that's for sure.
Very
Very
nice.
nice.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Ron's not here yet. Susan here? Susan Reed?
Sue Reed, yes, I'm here.
How you doing?
Finally, I'm much better. Thank you.
Good, good. Glad to hear it. All right, let's do yours.
This is a back of a gallery down in Tubac, and this was just the original shot. And it's a beautiful mural and a beautiful, stunning wall. And that fence is really nice, but then they put all this stuff back
Mhm.
there that just detracts from it. So I didn't give you my middle work on it, but then the next one, I had worked considerably on it. I took the fence out entirely and that door over on the left, and then painted in the fence area the color of the wall and did the fence differently.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And then I was playing with the neural filters in Photoshop. I discovered those. And I believe this was a colorized
Maybe
neural
just a little
filter.
smaller. There we go. Uh-huh. Yeah.
And to me, it just popped. I had put the fence in and the colors in that fence with the wall and the mural, and it looked beautiful. And then I tried that filter and I was like, whoa, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So nicely.
I like your use of yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
The two windows, but then you added that little yellow triangle in there to
Yeah.
really like
Uh-huh.
grabs you going, what's that doing there?
Yeah.
Well, now, if you looked at the, not the original photo, but the one that's in between without this neural filter on it, what I had done, I think I colored in 4 of those squares with colors from the mural, and they all popped out in that one. But I guess there must be some purples that have kind of faded into the whole background now. But yeah, you're right, that yellow pops. And I love what it did to the windows.
Oh, yeah.
Looks almost like a tie-dye or like fabric art. I can't think what it is, but anyway, I couldn't figure out what to do with the windows before, and then this filter just kind of took care of that whole problem.
Yeah. I kind
I
of
noticed on
like
the squares,
Oh, go ahead.
fence, the squares in the fence have the little white border that almost make them look like they're tile set in with rounded edges, which is a
Right.
neat feeling of depth and 3 dimension.
I learned all kinds of interesting things doing this because I wiped out all of those black lines between the 2 long ones. I had to wipe out all of those. And then I was trying to draw lines freehand in Photoshop, and I
Oh,
still
you-
can't do that. So I learned how to do that in Photoshop.
Yeah, there is a line tool in your objects that
Yeah.
makes perfect straight lines.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you come across doing this again, and you can set it with a width of how big you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. That's what I found finally.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
All right. So that worked for you. Yeah, I like this kind of rainbow effect where it fades off into the solid tones too.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. It must be the filter did that.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's a lot of fun. And then these little purple shadows around everything.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Nice. Anybody else?
I really like the color right at the bottom of where the fence is. Yeah.
It's quite unreal, otherworldly colors. So it's quite unique. And you called that neural, like NURAL?
Yeah,
I believe so. It's a neural, there are a series of neural filters in Photoshop. And this one, it's something like colorized, something along that name.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
play with those neural filters. They are so cool.
Yeah, there's some fun things in there.
Yeah.
The neural filters in Photoshop are at the experimental stage primarily at this point. But when you edit a picture using a particular filter, your picture goes into the cloud. Adobe works on using your commands in the cloud and then brings it back.
Right,
It isn't done directly on your computer.
right. So it takes some time to,
So it'll take a little time, but they are going to do some really fantastic things at some point.
Yeah.
And I think that point is within a year.
Yeah.
and I think Adobe adds that neural filter to your original as a separate layer. So if you want
Yes.
to go
Right.
back.
Or
to
at
your
least that's an
original,
option.
yeah,
I forget
yeah.
which
Right.
it is.
right.
It's
Yeah, you're
not
right,
bad.
Al. It is a box to check.
Yeah, but they have a list of neural filters that they don't even have partially implemented yet, and ask you to say, would I be interested in these?
Mhm.
And most of them I would be.
Yeah. you get
Right.
feedback. I was looking at some tech specs because somebody asked me about a Mac Mini with the new M1 chip, and I didn't know what the specs were. And then I looked at the iMac, and there is some neural engines in those chips as well. So maybe it'll start working locally instead of in the cloud at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Well, let's move on here.
The word neural actually comes from AI,
Ah, okay.
and it's using neural networks. It's really an AI filter. They're using extensive use of artificial intelligence, more powerful artificial intelligence than they can put on your own machine.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why it has to go into the cloud.
okay.
okay.
I'm curious about the neural that they were mentioning on the M1 chip.
This one's probably not particularly interesting to any of you, but this was a shot that I took years ago in the Netherlands with 35 millimeter film. And it was dark and it was a gray day and everything just looked gray. And I have been playing with it for a long time in Photoshop. And I've come out with several versions that look so much like postcards and seem so gaudy. But this one, I took a bunch of shots of the sky in Arizona, just before I got ill. So like January and February, lots of clouds and sunsets and things. So I started playing with sky replacement in Luminar because I had never done that before with my own skies. So this is just a combination of an Arizona sky and a Netherlands windmill.
Yes,
Good fun.
it works.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
International.
Yes.
Good call, Alan. I guys think of maybe just a slight vignette, either dark or light on the edges.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. The only thing I think maybe might.
Does the
or
club
abbreviate the
have,
sky a little bit.
does the club have Luminar on their computers in the lab?
You know, I'm not sure. We'll have to check one now that it's
What-
open.
What kind do they have? What kind of programs?
Well, I know they have Photoshop, and I believe they have one cut of Topaz there.
Do they got a denoise?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I'll have to check with Phil because I don't know what's been updated and what they had. It's been so long since I used the computer there. Do you recall, Al, or Al? Do you recall what software is on, if there's any Topaz or Luminar on the computers.
I don't know. I haven't I haven't been dealing with that recently anyway,
Yeah,
but I'm going to guess that most of what they have on their computers at this point is about 2 years out of date.
yeah, exactly. There's gonna be a lot of updating.
I doubt if anything has been updated since COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I was thinking that Phil Rock said that he had been updating a while back, maybe not the photo programs, but,
The printers.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I know, I know they were all clogged up. He had to change inks and run some stuff through them. Yeah, I don't know about software though, or even the operating systems. I have no idea what's up to date there. Guess that's something we'll find out pretty soon. Okay, well, thanks for bringing those in, Susan. I'm glad to see you back.
Well, thank you. It's good to be back. And Sandy, I do want to tell you, you recording these sessions is so helpful. Even if I can sit in on a session, to be able to go back and watch the video and put it on half screen and walk along with you in my own Photoshop or whatever program is so amazingly helpful. I can't tell you, because
Oh,
my
good.
notes are never clear.
I know what you mean. Oh, good. I'm glad it worked out for you. All right.
I agree. It's been nice to go back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I guess we'll keep recording then. All right. Let's see. Al, we haven't seen you in a while. Oh, I'm sorry, Al Crawford. Alan, we see all the time. Well, you're like a machine, Alan. You just keep cranking them out.
Now,
Yeah, excellent. Okay, well, if you guys were
you all,
wondering about the
if you
storm,
talk
there
about
it is.
this, we're supposed to do artsy fartsy kind of things, and I'm not very good at that. So I just have pretty much straight shots. But this, I bet everybody knows what it is. This was taken from my patio actually a couple of days ago. That's the kebab that was coming in. And when the first time I saw it, I thought there was an explosion and a big fire south of me. But
That's the FUBU.
We're at Green Valley?
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Because it's not right now.
No,
that's the first one of these that anybody that I know of has seen in this area ever.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
Wow.
never heard anybody say they've seen a habab. Now it's a small one compared to the ones they get north of Tucson.
Well, it got a little bigger as it went on. Yeah, but
Yeah, it did.
yeah.
What are they called? What are they called, Al?
Haboob or habab? Yeah.
Haboob,
How-
Haboob.
Yep.
Huh.
So that's what turned over all the furniture in our yard, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty common up around Picacho Peak because that area is just so desolate, wide open, and a lot of wind comes from there.
They're just big, huge dust storms. And the thing that happens up around Picacho Peak is there's so much farming
Mhm.
that
Right.
the
That's
land is exposed.
yeah.
If you get over raw desert that hasn't been farmed at all, you don't get the dust.
Yep.
Yeah, if you notice, most of it came from either the pecan groves or the old golf course, which is a park now. It was just roaring through there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
habab.
And then right afterwards, before the rain really started coming, was this rainbow.
I
Now,
think
like
that's
an
it's
idiot-
an Arabic term, Jim.
Charlotte and I got in our car and drove south a ways to see if we could see it a little closer. We did. But there's the rainbow. This was taken at the exit at Amato.
Mm.
I love storm
Yeah,
images.
yeah, nice. Yeah, you can see the other ended up a little north here towards Sarawita. It just came all the way across.
You know,
Well,
what I
yeah, we
always
can
find
see from that
interesting,
spot the other end of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but what I always find interesting about these double rainbows is they're mirror reflections of each other. As
Mhm.
far as the color patterns are concerned, if you look,
Yeah.
You're right.
it's
Yeah.
Oh, they
flipped.
are.
Yeah, and the inside is always lighter than the outside.
Yep.
Yeah, which is really amazing. If you can see the whole thing inside the arch is very light.
Yes.
It's bizarre.
So then what is it if it's a triple rainbow?
I've never seen one before.
Oh, I have, but I never paid attention. I will have
Maybe
to.
that's the triple threat.
That's strange, inverts the colors, though, isn't it? I've never noticed that before.
Yeah. I like these clouds. I'm wondering now if you just crop a little bottom off of this. Oops.
Yeah.
Um,
I could take it up to the tree line. right
Well,
up to the trees.
I didn't want to crop any more of the bottom because those weeds on the lower left,
mhm.
I either crop them completely off. Now, if you do that, then I'd bring it a little higher because there is more to the picture above that.
Oh, okay. Then maybe you might want to come like right around the tree line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And it looks like you got a little something in your camera sensor there.
Yeah, I did. I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Inevitable.
I took several things out, but
Yeah. Is this on the R5? Is this on your R5?
all five of my pictures are R5 pictures.
Yeah.
This is with the 24 to 240 lens.
Yeah, that's the same setup I have. I hardly get any dust anymore because I have it so that the shutter closes when you turn the camera off. And I always
Yeah.
turn the camera off before I change lenses. I don't know if you have more than one lens. And I found that I have little or no dust compared to what I used to have. Just a
Right.
big difference. Yeah. Okay. Well, enough tech talk here. Yeah. This is up in Madeira.
That was up in Madeira. That was also Saturday. This was Saturday morning.
Mhm.
And this is with the R5 and the 800 millimeter f11.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried that lens and I ended up going with 100 to 500 because I just couldn't get close enough. I think the closest you could focus was about 18 feet.
Well, I have a 150 to 600 and I have a 100 to 400.
Oh, well, then you're already set.
And so I didn't want, at this point, I didn't want the 100 to 500.
No,
if
I
I
don't think you need it yet. That the
Yeah,
800 is a
if
nice light
if I
lens.
replace my EF camera, I might go with also get the 100 to 500.
Yeah, that 800 is a nice light lens though for its size.
I found it was pretty darn good.
Yeah,
I haven't used it much, but
yeah,
I just got it Friday.
yeah, it's a wonderful lens. It has good bokeh and it's nice and sharp.
I didn't know what kind of bouquet I'd get because of being F11, but
Yeah, it's a
turned out pretty good.
Yeah. So this one as well.
Huh?
This the 800 as well.
Yeah, this one and the next one.
Mhm. Yeah, thinking maybe just a little top off this one might be nice. Just to maybe split the difference there.
Little what?
Crop a little top off this, split the difference.
Well, I cropped quite a little bit.
Yeah, maybe somewhere like around there because I get rid of that stuff and just kind of bring it in a little tighter like that.
I
Nice.
don't know. I kind of like it with a little more.
Okay.
That's personal, but
Yep, it sure is. Cropping is very personal. All right. And which lens?
same lens.
Same lens. Yeah.
The only one in focus is the one in the middle on the left there.
Mhm. I'm surprised it drops off that quickly. Surprised it drops off that quickly at f11.
I think it focused on the feeder itself, the front part of the feeder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too.
Sandy?
Yes. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, it could, hi there. It could be proximity to the feeder too. Because
Yeah,
the closer
Yeah.
you get to the subject, the
the
longer
shallower the
lens,
depth of field.
shallower depth of field is.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I was about as close to that feeder as I could get. It won't focus any closer than about 20 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was about 21 feet away from that feeder.
Yeah.
I had to back up to focus it.
Yeah, that was the reason why I opted to go for the 100 to 500 because I get about 8 feet with that. But the reason,
Well, I
didn't have other lenses like you have.
I would have gone your route if I didn't have those other two lenses.
You bet, you bet. But by itself, if you're shooting something pretty far away, it's a wonderful lens. Okay.
Make a comment, Sandy.
Yeah. go ahead.
You guys don't mention the type of bird it is at all. I was just kind of curious about that.
We don't care.
Oh, okay.
The birders.
We leave that for your class.
Oh, okay.
Now in
However,
my
I bet
cat,
you know what they are. Don't tell us what this is. Some kind of woodpecker, right?
Acorn woodpecker.
Okay, and
I'm sorry, James, did I step on you?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Mexican jay.
okay,
And the hummers, it looks like the one on the left is a male broadbill, and the one in the center, I can't see the breast. I think it's a broadbill, but I don't know whether it's
yeah,
male or
would
female.
agree. What about the female?
Not sure. You're talking the one on the far right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
When it comes to female hummingbirds, I'm kind of grasping at straws.
yeah, me too. They all look pretty close unless the beaks are visible. You can see they're a little longer or something, but okay.
yeah,
Well, glad you
every
could join
time
us,
I get
Mike.
around birders and show them my bird pictures, they get a little frustrated because I haven't a clue what they are.
You and me both. Mike's been talking me into tagging them. Before that, I didn't know and I didn't care. It was just a pretty bird. Well, okay. Thanks for bringing those in, Al. And looks like you're making good use of that new camera. Okay, let's see who we got next.
I especially like the rainbows and the clouds.
Rainbows were wonderful.
I am here, Sandy.
Oh, there's Ron. How you doing?
Good.
Okay. Well,
Oh, got-
since
got a
you
big
just got
class
here, let's
today.
go to you and then we'll go back up to the
Hello,
top.
Ron.
Yeah, I haven't seen you for a while. How's it going?
Going good.
Excellent.
These pictures are all iPhone pictures. I got an iPhone 11 and I
Uh-huh.
finally decided to discover how the camera is. And actually it's a pretty decent camera.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's always with you, which is really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do a lot with it. And there's just oodles of editing apps.
Mhm.
Is one of the editing apps like a star filter?
No, this was a straight shot. No, I didn't do anything to it except to take out some highlights that were down below.
Mhm.
The clarity is amazing for a phone.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, but the phone is very sharp.
Yeah. Seems to be.
And even in a native mode, if you go into edit, it has all the standard adjustments, like the basic panel in Lightroom.
Yep. Yep. Plus brilliance, which.
Yeah, plus brilliance.
Yeah.
And a couple that I never heard, definition is one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just got to try them out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with it yet.
Mhm. Excellent. Well, I like the threesome here, and I think this.
I had a fourth one, didn't you get it?
fourth picture?
Yeah.
I only saw 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
we'll double check in a minute, but I was talking about the 3 lights, but, you know, I don't know if cropping a little bit off the top and the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, just maybe a hair. Okay, anybody else? You can just barely see a little color in there too. At first I thought it was a black.
yeah, that's not black and white.
Yeah, it looks black and white when you first look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, sure does.
but the ground is, you can
Yep.
see color in the ground.
Yeah, a little bit, and a little bit in this wall here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. This one I definitely cropped down.
That one I cropped down, yeah.
Yeah, I would probably take some more, like maybe.
Take more off the top.
Yeah, I would probably take a little more off the top, like there.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, something like that. Also, maybe make it a little darker.
It
Yes.
is kind of light.
Yeah, a little too bright. Yeah, just a little bit. You can be selective about it too. Maybe even a vignette, but
Yeah, I didn't do a vignette on this one.
yeah.
Where is that, Ron?
That's in La Posada.
Oh,
They have a garden there.
oh, that's in the
And these are
garden.
some, this is some of the statues in the garden.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Yeah.
That's a
I
nice
got-
area.
Yeah.
I'm looking some more here. I'm just wondering if we need all that left side.
Probably not.
Yeah, that probably would help too. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, look, she's centered there. Yeah, maybe just a little less than that. Anyway, your call on that. Let's look at this next one here.
Yeah, this is a sunset. The only thing I did to this was I used the filters in the camera settings in the edit mode. And the this filter is called Vivid Warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks like it brought it out nicely.
Brings out the reds and the yellows.
Yep. Nice
I like
sky.
the blue on top, but I'm almost wondering if you cropped it down to be more of a panorama, look better.
Yeah, I suppose it could. Yeah.
That's
Maybe
what I was
just-
thinking.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a little at the bottom too, but
Yeah.
somewhere in this range probably work out pretty
And
well.
you still keep some of the blue in the sky. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it could work out. Okay, let's take a quick peek here. Now, I think I only see, oh wait, here it is. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
I just missed grabbing it when I picked your stuff.
That's interesting.
Wow. This is one, I was at the library and I just took a bunch of shots. And I like this one going down the aisle. And then I just took it into Topaz and used, what do they call it? Soft sketch.
Hmm.
And
You're a bit of a rebel, Ron.
yeah,
I mean, you're breaking,
Well, I like to
you're
see
breaking
this.
library policy.
right.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't think of that. I like the technique.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do too.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I was struck
Look up
by
at
it.
aisle 3 here.
The lights kind of bother me. The
The lights
light,
above.
yeah. Is it that they're slanted
They're there.
downhill or are they distracting from the great linear perspective? I don't know.
I don't know. Didn't pay any attention to them.
Yeah, you might
You're
have
right.
shot it slightly on an angle, but yeah, straightening it up a little would help. Or you could chew with a perspective tool and do it that way too.
Yeah.
It's just-
Now, what was the filter that you used?
This is called Soft Sketch.
Okay,
It's under artistic and the mode is impression.
okay,
All right, so
very nice.
let me just make this a
Yeah.
little smaller and yeah, so if you go into transform and you right click, you can use distort or skew. Let's try skew here and just see
But
what.
Ron, I could never understand that strictures, because if you're going to take live pictures in the library, what are you going to get pictures of people reading or
Action pictures.
Yeah, they're not gonna be doing anything illegal or,
I think somewhere about like that's gonna straighten it out. You can just do that with distort. And once you do that, let me just turn off this one underneath so it's not so confusing. And then you can just crop it. Just take this side down. Oops. Come back. Something like that. And same on the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
That worked really nicely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good one.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
that's nice.
Very nice.
And the trick with skew is, if so, right click and you got skew. If you just grab a point, you can drag it anywhere you want. If you want to keep it really in the direction you're going without it moving left or right, you hold the shift key down, and it doesn't let you move it except up and down or left and right, which is kind of nice. If you want that kind of control perspective wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is while we're recording this.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Because now I'll go back and try that.
Okay. All right. Thanks for bringing that in. Thanks for catching that one I missed. Okay. Move you guys back so I can see my stuff here. Oh, put you on top here. Oh, well. All right. We'll leave you over here. All right. So I guess we'll just do Steve and Wendell, then we go to the top. Okay.
All flowers today, guys.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's all right. That's beautiful.
Very nice.
And the only thing I really did to this was darken the background down to black. So a lot of shading tool got put to use there and darkened it out. But this is a hibiscus from Tucson Botanical Gardens. In fact, I think everything except for the last one came from Tucson Botanical Gardens. So.
It looks like studio work. It's so well lit.
yeah, and the lavender spines sticking out there, almost like you painted those in.
Yeah, it was a beautiful flower. I'll say that. I mean,
Yeah.
I can only take credit for taking the shot. So
Is this?
I think. What was that?
Is this recent, Steve?
That would have been last year.
Oh, okay.
So
Did you
I think I took.
underexpose it? Did you underexpose it at all?
No.
To help? No?
No. I took this into Topaz and did just the AI clear and the basic adjust on it.
Okay.
And then I think precision contrast and precision detail.
Yeah.
But didn't mess with the colors or anything else. So
It's beautiful.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do much on that at all.
Beautiful.
thank you.
I don't know if you can get anything out of this in your raw, but that might be a possibility. Just go back and
Tone it down a bit.
yeah, so you can pull out a little more detail in the raw by
Okay.
pulling your highlight down. Yeah.
Tripod or handheld?
Always handheld, Kim.
Wow.
I think when I break out the tripod, it's really a special occasion. Because I hate carrying equipment with me.
Yeah.
I just, I'll do studio work with the tripod, but mostly if I'm out in the wild, it's going to be handheld.
Gotcha.
And
Oh,
this
have
was
they
just-
opened up the orchid house?
Yes, this was the Orchid House. Yes.
And they opened it up? It's open?
Oh, this was a while ago, Denise.
Oh,
So,
I wondered if the butterfly house and the orchid house, if they had opened that yet.
yeah. That I can't say because I haven't been up there since actually last year. So
Okay. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
orchids are some of the, I hate to say it, but no, I don't hate to say it, but they're some of the most sexual flowers I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I presume among the orchids and their pollinators, there's a good reason for that. This one, the two horns that come up, actually looks like they're almost like grippers. If, you know, some insect gets in there, I'm not sure if that thing closes up.
Yeah.
I really like the use of the white around the side.
Yeah, I did a little white vignetting on this.
Yes, I think it works really nicely. And do you carry a spray bottle with you?
No, this was this was in the orchid house. So if they had just done some, you know, some spraying beforehand, or it was just so humid in there that the droplets form and don't leave for a while. So I'm sure they would have probably smacked me if I'd have pulled out a bottle and said, "Oh, hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and spritz one of your flowers." You know?
What's that? Oh, just weed killer.
just weed killer. Nothing to worry about. Yeah.
Nothing to see here. Okay. Well, this one has a real triangular
Yes.
composition and then repeating triangles.
Yes, 3 and 3 and 3,
Yeah.
all the way through.
Yep.
Yes. And again, the only thing I did here was knock the background out. So
Do you select the flower itself when you're working on the background inverse the?
in this case, I think I did take it to Photoshop, mask it off, and then just put a black layer in behind it.
Uh-huh. Well, you did a really good job. It does not look outlined.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice job.
Looks good.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything with that one.
Tell it.
Yeah, that would work.
And this one, I left everything in the background because I thought it added to the color contrast with the yellow flower and the green and red heart in the middle and the yellow tendrils.
Nice job. Nice job.
Yeah, you got that soft flower,
Very delicate. Yeah.
wicky background.
It's almost like the flower is almost like tissue thin. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may want to just knock this one down or get rid of it.
yeah, the needle, yeah, it's fine. Good idea.
Yeah. Other than that, we're in good shape.
And this last one is, oh, well, I took this down at Canoa Ranch. The flower is taller than I am, of course. So I was shooting up into the sky, which was in the original picture just kind of a blown out gray because it was kind of an overcast day. So I took the sky out and replaced it. And then I think I took this into probably topaz. I think they have the sunray and topaz.
Luminar.
Luminar, okay, there was Luminar. And put the sunray in behind the sunflower. And I just call this one Good Morning.
Now, the other thing about, well, there's a couple of things that I'd address, but first, when you're using sunburst, if there's a ray like this one, tangent, you can use the mask in there and get rid of that.
Okay.
You can be real selective as to what you want to keep, what you want to get rid of. And the other thing is I just softened this mask down around the green because it's a little too hard. I think the petals are fine, but you're getting a little white edging up. If you want to keep it sharp, you might want to just try that. There's a remove white or black matte, which is an old thing, I believe, in the layers mask. It's either negative or layers. It's from early compositing, but yeah, that would be one way to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got hooked on flowers this week. I'm not sure why. But
that worked out nice. Now, if this is already a single image, you could take a real small little blur brush and just kind of put it on like 20% or more, see what works, and then
take that edge off.
Just knock it down that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of them are gorgeous.
Yeah, those
Thank
are
you. Thank you.
Yeah, good job, Steve.
nice. Nice for bringing those in.
That made me happy.
Okay, I guess we'll go down to Wendell.
I was gonna say I came in as the flower boy, Denise.
Okay, this is taken at Cannon Beach, Oregon, a few years ago. We got there just late in the day and got down to look at the beach, and all we saw was a few people out there. And I kind of like this because of the serenity of it. I guess that gentle curve of the water flowing into the ocean
Yeah.
made it relaxed. And then the people down there in the corner that were out there enjoying the sunset, just like a quiet scene.
Mhm.
And pretty much the warm tone that it started with. I didn't mess with that much. I mainly cropped it to try to get this wider format and get rid of some of the sand and some of the sky. So,
Very nice.
thank you.
I thought
No.
it might have been the Tijuana sloughs, you know, from my time I spent in San Diego and hanging around
Oh.
down there a bit, so.
Oh, okay. No, other
You've
direction.
obviously not been there.
I like the leading lines that take you in the creek, or back, whatever, the water. And then up to the two little people that are playing in the water up above.
Yeah,
It does a lot to have that focal point, those little tiny people up there. Draws
yeah,
your eye back there.
yeah. And I kind of like the one single guy off to the left there that's just standing at the edge there.
Yes.
Yeah, you get that little reflection too. I'm wondering if, of course, you'd have to change your mat here, but I'm just wondering if just taking the sky out might
Well, I
be less
played
confusing.
around with that, and I guess I liked having that little strip of the yellowish.
Yeah, it gets kind of dingy. I agree. Never mind.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
So, anyway, I did crop in just about all sides of it to
Mhm.
end up here.
Yeah.
The guy over here on the left is actually in some gesture, but I can't.
Yeah, it looked like he might be standing there with a fishing pole, but I can't see the pole.
Yeah.
He might have been talking on his phone.
Maybe he's clapping.
He might be doing Tai Chi.
Maybe.
His hands are a
A
little.
very old look to it. Kind of
Yes, it does.
antique type
Yes.
look
Yeah.
to it, doesn't it?
It does have a photograph out of the 50s look to it. Is it because of the sky? You guys, I'm surprised that the bunch of you who are in the sky replacement haven't said, well, put in a sunset.
Yeah. Well,
Not necessary.
it's the clouds.
I think that, yeah. You got a lot of texture going on and other things. I don't know if it needs.
Yeah, and the little ripples in the sand picked up a little bit of the warm sun.
Yeah.
This is all done in Photoshop.
Mhm.
As I say, other than cropping, didn't do a whole lot to it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Wendell.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's real pastel-y too. Nice. And this is a little on the other end.
Yeah, something completely different.
Yeah, crisp and linear.
This is
Stairway to Heaven, Wendell.
funny thing you said that. I call it Stairway to the Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Or escalator to the stars. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, yeah, actually, I did call it Escalator.
Yeah.
This is the Las Vegas City Center, which has a lot of unique architecture. And the color was just straight from what the architect put in the building. I did, this is also in Photoshop, just using the shadow tool, lightened up the escalator. It was pretty much black straight out of the camera, but I was able to bring up a lot of the detail in that. But other than a little bit of cropping around the edges, it's a straight photo. But I do like the colors they have around there.
Yeah, the lavender is beautiful. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's my favorite place in Las Vegas. It doesn't cost anything either.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah.
It's always nice.
Yeah,
Good place to get out of the heat.
yeah, yeah. We'd ride the train down there, monorail train, and
Hmm. Yeah.
So I've got two buddies that were in the elevator escalator business, and they would gush over this. I mean, you get those two together, and that's all they talk about is the stuff that goes up and down, and it's like,
yeah, it's not just going from first to second floor in Macy's. It's
yeah,
got a whole different destination.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful shot.
Yep. Yep. I wouldn't touch it. Looks
And
pretty.
I'm going to ask: is all the metalwork, is it all chrome? So it's reflecting all the lavender and the ceilings,
No,
walls, and the light.
Don't know for sure, but I suspect it is all
Yeah.
probably stainless steel.
Yeah, probably brushed stainless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you can tell the railings more of a chrome
Yeah.
finish than
yeah,
Picked up the colors and the reflections really nice.
mhm, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Yeah.
this definitely.
The architect that designed this facility did a unique job.
Very nice.
I think there's even a plaque that gives him credit for the design somewhere up in this area.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay, this is one I actually worked on for black and white last week, but this is the intermediate stage, which was modified in Topaz using what they call the OHE overlay filter. I have no idea what they used to come up with that name, but it gave pretty much the effect I was looking for in brightening the colors. And the only other work I had to do is I had to lighten up the greens in the foreground on those little bushes and weeds there to make them stand out a little more. But otherwise, it's pretty much a straight one-shot fix in Topaz. That's Painted Desert.
Mhm.
Black and white from this came out nice too. It brought up the clouds a lot more prominently.
I like the black and white. I think even more, but this is really interesting. I wonder if maybe just knock on this little yellow sign out. Is that a sign or a truck or?
I'm not sure. I think it might be a vehicle out there in the
Yeah.
parking lot somewhere along the,
Could be real easy to clone out, but
yeah.
because everything's so natural and also you see some
Oh, yeah.
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 man-made something there.
Yeah. Wait, you got better eyes than I do, I guess.
Yeah.
I had seen
My
it.
clients used to be more critical than me, so I was
Oh, I see.
always
Okay.
looking around for something. Yeah, it looks like a truck or something. Anyway,
Yeah, I think it was.
yeah,
I had seen it, but figured it was too small to
yeah.
show up enough.
Well, easy enough to get rid of, and you can keep your composition exactly the way you got it. Yeah, sometimes you have to work around them, but that's an easy fix.
Yeah, that would be.
Okay. Let's see this next little guy. Whoa.
Okay. This is a totem pole that was in Portland, Oregon, and I think it was called the Forestry Center or some name like that. It was kind of an advertising thing for the logging industry, where they had a bunch of examples of their logging equipment. And anyway, I caught this picture of it that I cropped in quite a bit and did a little skewing to straighten it up. But I just like the change of colors from the reddish brown at the bottom and the blue eyes, and then up to the reddish lips and
Mhm.
blue eyebrows.
That's
You
why
know-
those people in Oregon are so crazy.
When do you,
Look at that all day.
yeah, do you think they use chainsaws and other forestry tools to sculpt this?
I don't know. I would guess not. I'm assuming it was probably done
Sculpture
traditional.
where they just use a chainsaw and a chisel and things.
Oh, yeah, they
Pretty amazing.
do. Yeah. Well, it could have been, but I hadn't even thought about that. I figured maybe they did it the way the natives would have done it, just
Mhm.
sharpened tools of some sort, hand tools.
Yeah, because it's almost looks like, the way this area is worked, that maybe it was done with a chainsaw or something.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
it might be chisel marks too, chisel and
Yeah.
hammer.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're chisel marks.
yeah, a little,
Okay.
like a quarter round
Yeah.
chisel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty interesting though. I like the textures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something you might want to play with, since you're dabbling in topaz more, is to use precision detail and precision contrast and see if you can bring some more of this stuff out. And if you
Oh.
like it, it might be too over powerful, but it might be something to play with. Or you could even just do it locally, in these areas,
Uh-huh.
just
Yeah.
get more detail out of those.
Okay. Yeah, I just did this in Photoshop, but yeah, I could
Mhm.
give that a try. I know I've
Make a
seen-
copy layer and then bring it over and play with it there.
Mhm.
Okay. Just a thought.
Okay. This is on one of Carl Sparfeld's Windows and Doors of Tucson tours. And I also did this one in Photoshop. I think I played around with the look of it that got the cactus in the foreground a little unreal looking, but the main thing I did was to put in the reflection in the window. Now, Sandy, you mentioned last week I had a church picture with a black hole in a tower where you suggested putting in some clouds or something. Well, I had already done this
Ah,
thing.
cool.
Yeah, good.
Seamless, yeah, seamless.
Oh, nice. It's very nice, Wendell. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and this Teatro Carmen is about a mile from the building that the window is in. So I just made a layer and put it in the background, erased the two panes of the window,
Yep.
and then cut back on the opacity of the background, the Carmen part, to try to get it look more like it would really be a reflection.
Yeah.
Can
I
I
think I
rain
just-
on your parade? I'm sorry.
Oh,
If it's a reflection, wouldn't it be backwards? The lettering be backwards? Oh.
So just flip it.
Yeah, just.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's easy to do.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. The other thing to sell it too would be to put a little glare on it, which you can easily do, especially if you have this back here and this is your foreground, you can just bring another layer in between. But just for a quick easy, I'm just going to make a little rectangle here and then we'll get rid of this part here. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to hit Command H to hide the little dancing ants so they're not a pain in the butt. And let's see, we can just do a new layer here. And grab a brush, like a small one. Now, if you have a tablet, you could even change the size by how hard you press, by your pressure, and vary the size on your glare too. But just let's start with white and see if that'll work. But basically, let's just start with something like that, and then we'll just
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just take the opacity way down. You know,
Okay.
you can even change the mode to screen,
Oh, okay.
you know, and see what works best.
Okay. Yeah. I was trying to think of some.
Color seems to work pretty well.
Okay.
Use that one in a while and then pick it up a little bit. Yeah, somewhere like that. And then you
And
can take
then
a
you'd have
smaller
to match-
brush, you know, and come back in there with, you know, maybe just a little something in the corner or whatever. Or maybe even a smaller one going up. Oops, I'm not painting straight here. There we go. Nah. So it needs to be curved more. But you get the idea. And then what you can do is just put a mask on there,
Yeah.
you know, and with black, just go back and get rid of areas you don't want. And take it down maybe to 20% and just kind of give it some shape,
Mhm.
you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That would make it more realistic, like the glass had some waves in it. That
Yeah, yeah.
would
And
reflect
then the
light.
next thing you need to do is go ahead and read Spanish backwards.
Well, yeah, I would have had a hard time reading it just now, but yeah, I should have thought about flipping that over, but I was excited about what I got.
And then all the critics just,
Yeah.
Pile on, right?
I know
Yeah.
the attempts.
Pile on,
are
yeah.
Yeah.
to make this
Yeah.
realistic.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, one more trick you could do is you could add like oh, I don't know, maybe instead of doing that in a straight color, you could have added even another layer that's a solid color. Okay, and if you hold down your Option or Alt key in between the two, you'll clip it. You'll clip it to the one below it.
Oh,
Should.
okay.
Right.
Oh, it doesn't seem to be doing that.
never does it when you want it to.
Yeah, of course not. You know, and then you can just change this to instead of normal. Well, how come it's not letting me? That's weird. It's not even let me. It's like it froze or something.
Sandy,
Oh,
I don't think you've improved it.
yeah, I think it looks wonderful. Well, let's see. I know what happened. I never picked the color. There we go. Something like that. All right. That's why it froze me up. There we go. Now I click it. See, now it's just on the window itself. And then you would change that to either color. Oh, color would work.
Oh,
You know, then that way it's just warming up the whites a little bit.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah. The other way would be to just, you know, pick a different color on your brush and paint again. But
Or the other way is to actually photograph the theater as a reflection.
yeah, that would work too.
yeah. Well,
That's much too easy.
I'm not sure there was a window behind the theater or behind me at the theater.
So carry a window along with your squirt bottle and you'll be
There
prepared,
you
Wendell.
go.
Well, it's bothering you that much. Let's just copy it, paste it, and flip it. Okay. Okay.
Could we see the original?
You could if I had sent it to Sandy. I don't have it. The original looked pretty much like this, except that.
No, I mean,
I got the
the
wrong
original that you sent over
Oh,
before Sandy started fooling with it.
oh, yeah, I guess you could,
You could probably save it as is and then still have your original.
yeah.
Just turn off those layers.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Either that or just go back on history here. There's the
Right.
original.
Easy, yeah.
Yeah.
And Wendell the cactus don't look any more unreal than they do in real life. Let's put it that way.
No, they don't.
No, I like it. It kind of looks like a poster or something.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it
Well-
does. Very graphic.
I was thinking of this or a similar picture for a homemade Christmas card
Yeah.
that, but if I do it, I'll flip the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. No biggie.
Thanks for the comments.
Okay. All righty. So that'll give you the idea. All right. So we have gone through, looks like everybody except the top group. Well, we didn't.
No,
see
you didn't do
James.
me.
I didn't do James, either James, and I didn't do Ellen. All right. So Ellen, we're gonna save you for last. How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've got to go.
Yeah, I know you're usually gone early, so we'll get right to you. Yeah, because it's almost 3 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, back here at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
6 o'clock.
Dinner time.
Yeah, this is called a hosta,
Yeah.
and just a real simple treatment, with, I think it's just chalk. Again, I like to use chalk a lot,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Yeah,
I like that light edging.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
That's really pretty.
I like the background too.
Yeah.
Well, it works all in different ways.
The only suggestion I could make, Jim, is maybe make your signature a little smaller.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I got frustrated. My signature got turned pink, and I didn't know what to do with that, but
Yeah. No, I like the drop, the light drop on it. That helps separate it from the background. But yeah, I'd make it maybe a little smaller.
yeah, for sure. I can do that. That's simple.
That's easy.
Yep.
Okay. No, I wouldn't do anything else with this one. It's pretty.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. I'm gonna make this one a little smaller.
Oh,
On the recording, you guys are gonna be covering up part of it.
Yeah, this was on, this is a foggy day in Michigan, just last week. And just this marshy bog was just in the middle of a cloud of like fog. So that's what you got.
I thought it was an effect you did, lightening it up to make it kind of pastel.
No, it was natural. That I didn't hardly touch this picture.
That's amazing.
Very nice. Very nice.
This, red-winged blackbird in this foreground here is much more colorful.
Yeah,
I guess it was just out of the fog.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it would kind of come, it would just drift in and big. Some parts were more dense than others. It was really kind of unusual.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see some pattern to it. Nice. Looks like you got a little sensor issue too. See if that shows up on some of your other shots.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Okay. Yeah, that's very nice. It has kind of a light ethereal quality to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And goes with the swan.
Right.
And the red-winged blackbird.
Yeah, that bog was just full of just swans everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, there must have been 50 swans there.
Wow.
Are these swans flying in the background?
Yeah, those are swans flying in the background.
I think I
But
remember.
that didn't, that was kind of an extra.
Yeah.
That one doesn't count.
I don't think I've ever seen them fly. I've seen them in the water.
Yeah, they're really, yeah, I have a lot of them. Should have, well, there'll be another one here in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, if you get a chance to shoot them flying, I'd love to see what they look like closer.
Oh, that's cool.
I love it.
Yeah, this
I
is
do
great.
too.
Love it.
Yeah, so that was obviously just right next to shore and just nothing special. That was it.
Green.
Texture.
I
It's
like
so,
these
yeah, so
darks
green.
along with the darks that are in him.
Yeah.
You know, that work out really nicely.
Yeah,
It's amazing to me. He stood still. They seem like they're so shy.
Yep.
You get close and they all just disappear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excellent.
Were you on a dock or something?
Yes.
Okay, so it really didn't perceive you as in
As a
its
threat.
space. And
No.
yeah. Nice. Good.
Now you could play around in Topaz with this one. I would just mask him and do precision detail and contrast to bring a little of him up. And then maybe knock the background down a little bit. It's so sharp, but I don't know. But if you bring him up, it might not need it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Good though. I'll try putting that on
Yeah.
precision contrast would be
Before
good.
you go over there, just clone anything out that might bother you, like these guys,
Yeah.
because it'll overemphasize them. Yeah, so
Yeah.
clone it first. You know,
That's
and then
good.
they may still show up, but you might have to clone a little more when you come back. But at least you'll get this kind of stuff out first. That'll be helpful.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's beautiful, Jan.
Mhm.
That is really pretty.
Yeah.
That is nice.
This is a place called Arcadia Marsh.
I know where that is.
You know where it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there were just, like I said, there were lots of swans. So, I spent the day there and took near all the pictures that you see today.
This is excellent.
That's a great technique. Tell us about it.
Well, it really is just the precision. No, it's a chalk kind of basic, and then from the chalk, I put it in again to soften the white vignette, and that's the way it looked.
So you're not using a preset in Topaz, you're using one of the other filters on the left pull downs, the chalk filter.
Yeah, a chalk filter.
Okay.
And that's really it. I mean, I'm not doing a lot to anything there.
Yeah, it's very effective. I love the way it breaks in between lights and darks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of texture there. Yeah, very nice. Okay, here's another one.
I like this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
This is my favorite.
Very nice.
So it just kind of, again, speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, let's see here. Again, I think I used a chalk, but then I think I ran it through, what is it? Another preset called, oh golly, I can't think of the name of it, but it's again, very simple, not a lot of work done on it.
Great
And
shot.
you had a good day because you were still shooting in the fog, but then the clouds would kind of move out and there would be a little bit of sun. So it was kind of like the sun breaking through the cloud, and that's what you get.
Awesome. Awesome composition.
It really is.
But it almost turns into like a cloud-like feeling in the background, Jim.
Right.
with the other three swans that are back there, it's almost like they're, yes, disappearing into the clouds.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Never saw that. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
Don't
effect.
touch that dehaze. In this case, you want the haze. Although, you could take the dehaze negative and get it even more so if you wanted to. I don't know if you ever tried that.
No, I didn't. I haven't.
If you got something already hazy, you want to make it a little more so, just take the dehaze negative. It gives you kind of a neat look.
I think Luminar has an actual fog,
Yeah.
cloud kind of like feeling to it too,
Yeah.
as well.
Yes.
If you wanted to do that.
Yeah, Luminar has 2 or 3 different ones you can pull down. Yeah.
So good.
Nice.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. Very good. Thanks.
Very nice.
I like them.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
These made me happy too. We're ending with happy.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's
interesting.
cool.
Yeah, I didn't do too much this week, but I was flying out to the islands and the fog was just lifting. And it was kind of a boring shot, so I decided to do blues and pinks and try and make it a little more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes it interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's almost an abstract change.
Yes, borderline abstract, right?
And I really like the balance between the left and right hand corners here.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's cropped a bit, and I tried a lot of different crops. I tried to get some balance into it with the crop.
Yeah, I love the jaggy texture from the timber against the softness of the clouds, and
Yes.
yeah, quite beautiful.
Could this be called distracted flying?
That's right.
I wasn't flying. Autopilot was flying, not me. So
This is one of those periods of boredom, right, James?
yep, yeah.
Yeah, as long as Mount Rainier isn't looming in front of you. Yeah. Okay.
Because isn't what they say about flying? It's just long periods of boredom that are interrupted by feelings of intense anxiety.
Yes, that's it.
Fishing.
Like landing and taking off.
That's it. You got it.
Okay.
So this one's sort of a minimalistic shot, and I jumped into the archives for this one. This was from 2019. This is just north of Picacho Peak. It's the cotton fields and towards sunset. And basically what I did with this, I just took the saturation slider up to 100%. And then I put the blue slider up because I had the yellow blue going on there. You could, if I did it over, I'd probably get lower where you can see those shadows from trees in between the fields coming off. I'd probably get lower and emphasize those shadows more if I did it over, but so just minimalistic photo and abstract, of course.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of those shots you see of the Sahara with the caravan and the shadows are like this
The
long.
camels, the camel
Yeah, the camel,
silhouettes.
little dots. Yeah.
But this is Haboob country, and you can see why. It's just
Right.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. It's pretty.
and
Oh.
yeah, rainbow trout.
Oh.
Is that what it is?
I would never
Yeah.
guess that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's part of the rainbow.
get
And of course, I played with the, saturation. I kind of can't remember exactly what I did with this one, but yes, the side of a rainbow trout.
Clever.
Yeah, good fun.
Almost a face there.
Yeah. Some eyes,
Yeah.
pointy ears. Yeah.
You see even the scales.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd have never guessed.
Hmm.
And again, just archival. This is last year, Havana, Cuba. Just street photography, street shot. Couple old Cuban guys just sitting around.
I think they're having the same this year. I heard there was a little
They're having
revolution
they're having
going on
riots.
there.
Yeah, they're having
Yeah.
riots right now, and
Yeah,
people are not happy.
Want to be down there right now.
Things are tough. Things are tough down there. They're really tough.
Yep.
Look at the detail on that.
Yeah, it's
Top,
beautiful.
yeah, amazing.
Everything's kind of in a state of decomposition in Havana. I mean, the buildings are, there's some elegant buildings, but they're just, they don't have the money to maintain them, and everything's just kind of deteriorating.
And the wiring's up the sides and up the stairwells and all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that. Look at the top stripe up there of the old architecture.
Mhm.
It looks like Rome.
Yeah.
Did you go down there on your own, James, or were you with the group?
I usually travel on my own.
Okay.
It's really pretty simple in Cuba. Well, it wouldn't be right now, but I mean, to travel there without a group and
Sure.
to see things, it's pretty simple. And it's very safe. It was, at least at that time, it was extremely safe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you speak Spanish?
I speak some Spanish, yes.
See?
I'd probably just take a local brush and open him up a little bit.
Okay, good suggestion.
Yeah,
He's pretty dark.
yeah, yeah. There might be
It's
something there. It's
yeah.
surprising how much the raw hides or unveils as you work it up. Yeah,
That's a nice shot.
That's a
Yeah,
real
really
nice
good. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Good street scene.
Yeah. Since then, I've seen other people take this same shot. At the time, I didn't know that, but it's a popular place to do street photos with that background.
Mm.
I sat there for probably half an hour, 45 minutes, and people would walk by. I took a lot of shots there. It's right next to a market, which was kind of interesting too.
Yeah. The sign there, the Hermoso Rebeldia, says the beautiful rebellion.
Mhm.
They're having one
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how beautiful it is.
My grandson is black, and so I've noticed when I take his picture, I end up overexposing a bit so I can get the detail in his face.
Yeah.
He just blends in with the background so often. I really have to be cognizant of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I probably just metered for the wall here, and
Yeah.
this could also maybe use a little vignetting to not
Yeah.
lightly.
Yeah, a little bit. Or just ramp up with a gradient on the top and the
Yeah.
bottom. Yeah.
That's really good.
I could-
Anyway, I didn't do much this week, so had to go into the archives.
That's all I've been doing lately. I haven't been out at all. Too darn hot. Well, thanks. Those are
All
nice.
right.
Sandy, I gotta go, but thank you all. I learned a lot. I really
Good.
did.
Yes.
So
I'm enjoying this group as well.
Those are beautiful pictures too, Jim. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Thank
Have
you.
a good, have a good one, Jim.
Have
yeah,
a
thank you.
good
You
evening,
guys
Jim.
too. Bye-bye.
So we got everybody but Alan, right?
Oh, got one more? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Oh,
Well,
That's dramatic.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
this is probably one of the most spectacular buildings I've ever been in. It's the National Music Center, Canadian National Music Center in Calgary. And whoever designed this building, I have no idea how they could possibly even have the imagination to come up with this, but it's very, very dramatic. It's
Gorgeous.
Mhm.
so they've just reopened it after being closed for this COVID thing.
Yeah.
And it's open, free access. So it was a real treat. I'd been in there before a couple of times, and but I wanted to go back in with this particular camera and lens and see if it made a difference for me.
So what lens were you using?
This is a 16 to 36 on my Nikon Z camera, so full frame. So
Are you at F22 or how did you get the stars?
I think it was probably about F11.
F11, okay.
Yeah. Pretty good leaf on that. Yeah.
But it's it's reflections and angles and the colors of the tiles. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I like this little person right here too.
Yeah.
Kind of nice. Nice. Put a little human touch in there.
Yeah, the outside of it is just as interesting.
Wow.
It's just another part of it up near the roof, and I thought this looked pretty good in black and white.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me a minute. I'll just kill this. There we go. Yeah, I just thought this looked a little bit cool in black and white. It's fairly dark anyway. And again, just the all the kind of leading lines of the tiles. And,
Yes.
yeah. There's lots of areas like this in this building. I've got hundreds of photos of it. It's just which one did you pick?
Yeah, right. Well, the retoucher in me always sees little things. You know, this right here, I would just maybe tone down because my eye keeps going over there.
Okay.
These couple little corners here, maybe just tone those down a little bit because they just, you got just such beautiful tones going here, and then you got this dark, and then all of a sudden the light. So somehow try and blend that, making this a little lighter, this a little darker, so it kind of works its way down. Other than that, I think everything works really well.
Would you take out the black patch at the top, Sandy?
No, I kind of, well, you know, I was looking at that at first, but I kind of like the way it peaks up.
You know, I tried different crops in here, and I actually tried different rotations to see which area I wanted to have, you know, vertical, and I thought that wall was the right choice. And anyway, there's so many different angles. It's difficult to try and fit everything. And
yeah, I liked it that because, you know, your eye goes here too. And then you've got this little dark shadow. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, I think those are good calls too.
yeah.
I don't know if it's adding anything by leaving it in. If you do leave it in, I'd get rid of this dark area here, Alan.
Yeah.
And this little splotch here. Yeah. So
Okay.
you're cool.
Good.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So if you want to have a guess at what this is, or
Uba?
Looks like a trumpet
Or
bell.
bass.
close, it's close, but it's not. It's the it's a loudspeaker from an old gramophone.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
I just
Yeah.
worked it a little bit, just changed the background a little bit so it would
Yes.
stand out, and then I put the oil painting effect
Yeah.
from Photoshop onto
Oh,
the metal parts.
very nice.
it
That
is
is
really
nice.
nice. I wonder about what it is that's inside there. Is it a spider?
Well, I was actually considering putting an eye in there.
Ah.
But,
Yeah, it does kind of look like an iris and a little bit of cornea.
Yeah.
Big brother is watching you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. It's, I don't know how old it is. It's pretty old, but it was one of the artifacts in the museum. So. And that background there is from one of the topaz effects.
Yeah, you could do a leather or bronze kind of a eye back there, so it doesn't look so foreign, and then it would kind of almost have a antique or steampunk look to it. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a good
So
capture, really.
Trying to strive to try and find things that are different, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that really works.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just this is not the stairway up, but the stairway down. So
Yeah.
again, I just like the curves and the contrast between the floors and the walls.
Yeah, these leading lines are what is this where that woman was standing in the first shot?
It could have been. This is a huge building. But, there's, it's possibly one of these areas. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's quite a few different viewing points like that throughout the building. Yeah.
Nice. That's
But
wonderful.
again, I just like all the lines, the way the tiles are sweeping around. And I don't think there's a straight line in this building.
Well, the edge of the stair maybe, but they move around too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a couple little nicks here to catch, but yeah, that's beautiful.
Thanks.
And that's the outside.
No, this is a parking lot.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I see that now. Wow.
The arcade is across the street. When I was driving down to the museum, I came across this, and I was actually driving towards where my camera is right now, and the light was striking all these, because this is all aluminum bars, and the way the sun was striking it was very effective. So
Yes.
I went back and took a couple of shots of it. I darkened up the sky a little bit because the sky was kind of not very nice. But
What do you use to process your black and whites?
this is, I think, let me just think. It could have been on one of the Nick programs. Yeah.
Like Silver Effects Pro?
Yeah,
Silver
super
effect.
effects, yeah. I like the little halo you got going here too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite nice.
Real nice.
But I tried to cut out the street part of it because there was some traffic on it, and there's still some building stuff going on down at the bottom left-hand corner, which I didn't want to erase, but I wanted just to, make it seem that it wasn't there. But I love the shapes of these curves on the bottom at the front of it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the way this delineates the entrance here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Nice shot.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts of maybe cloning this building out and leaving some of this lighter area coming down?
Yeah.
That might help.
I cropped that right in there fairly tight. There was a few other buildings. And then I was also thinking about the one in the left-hand side as well. What do you do with that? So,
Yeah, I don't think that one bothers me so much, other than the fact it's leaning in because of the perspective.
yeah.
Yeah. And you could do a similar thing with that where you just kind of mask this area out and then just pull it, to get it a little more upright. Because it's going
Is
to
this,
Do that,
some, but
do that over with the mask.
what's that?
You can mask that out and skew it over.
Yeah. Let's just do this real quick. Yeah, so I'm not gonna make a real precise one. I'll just use my lasso, but basically I always like to take more than I need on the one side. And then of course you don't want to distort this area here. So you're gonna come around and then maybe from here you just kind of, so just be careful how you pick your areas. And then basically you can copy paste so it's right in place, and it's see it's right above it. Then you just take that one, hit your transform, right click again, and you can do distort or skew. Let's try distort here. And again, I'm gonna make this smaller so I've got some room to pull.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna hold my shift key down so it pulls it straight. See?
Oh,
There,
very cool.
you're done. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, doesn't take much. Okay,
Oh, very nice.
all right. Yeah, thanks for bringing those in.
Thank you.
Did pull a couple things. Let's see here. I didn't miss anybody, right? I think we got everybody. Okay. I'm gonna move you guys over. Let's just go right into slideshow. There we go. So this is on a kind of a catwalk over a swamp, and this flower bud just had fallen on the railing, and thought I'd make a nice shot. So, of course, I had a long lens on, so I backed up a bit, but I was looking for birds at the time. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Guess we're doing flowers this week, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one had kind of a busy background. There was some dead buds growing up this way, and there was a big wide dead leaf coming this way. So I basically just took it into Photoshop and duplicated it, blurred the background, and then selectively brought it through where I needed it. This area was still bothering me because this leaf, you can see how wide it is, was going all the way through here. So I just started picking different colors from the image with an airbrush and just painting and modeling it out.
Where'd you take this one, Sandy?
Somewhere down in the south. I'm thinking this one. Oh, actually, it was at the Boulevard Peninsula. I was waiting for this hawk to fly back, which is on the east side of the shore.
Okay.
Inlet across from Galveston. There's like a little peninsula that sticks out on the other side there as you're going east.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if it had been like in the swamp, if it was one of the tree orchids.
Yeah, it is a swamp area.
Okay.
It's marshy, yeah. And this was just a piece hanging in the museum.
Nice.
Isolated, caught on my iPhone.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is It just
It
says,
was just so bright and just sitting there against that dark background. I thought, wow, this is great.
is this the stuff that they call unobtainium?
Yeah. Yeah, I like the shape of the shadow.
That is pretty cool.
Redundant. So,
So you'd have to Photoshop out all the support lines, Alan.
Yeah, but then it would be levitating. It would be
Yeah,
really
then
neat.
you could
Well,
call
I
it
took
call it
out-
unobtainium.
there was
Yeah.
actually a railing back here I took out. I probably could have taken
Yeah.
the lines out too, but
Be easy for you.
yeah, so I left them. But yeah, it might be fun just levitating too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
just take the lines out. Good idea.
And then you'd be hard pressed to see if it was a bowl or an object. I mean,
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, I can't remember which coastal town this was, but I thought it was kind of fun that they put badges on the sewer. Great.
Chesapeake Bay.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yes, do not urinate here.
And no dumping, draining to waterway, yeah, or
Yeah.
drains to waterway.
Yeah.
But I love the texture and the,
Yeah. And the grate, yeah.
Yeah.
The grate was rusted really well. Then I put a little bit of a vignette and I punched this one up in
yeah, it's
topaz.
a great dichotomy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I punched it all up and then I came back in Photoshop and pulled the badge back because it got a little too snappy. I thought just being smoother against the rough would work better. So
Yeah.
that was my fix there.
It's so clean.
Yeah. I did a little retouching on it too. It was a mess. Yeah. And this was on the way to Alligator Alley, which was another swamp.
Yes.
And I got my first taste of biting flies there. My God.
Oh,
You know, I'm taking a shot and then I'm going around the side to get another angle, and all of a sudden, out of
Wow.
nowhere, and they
Oh.
just wouldn't stop. They're going right at my head. And,
Yes.
yeah, it's horrible.
And they bring condiments with them, Sandy.
And call their friends. Hey,
Yeah.
we got new fresh meat here.
A little ketchup on this one
Yeah.
before I
That's
begin.
probably why this guy left the house.
Oh.
It's 3:30.
I'm still in.
I
Yeah,
understand. You're gonna get bumped off. in
yeah,
6
I got
minutes.
about 5 minutes here, and then my internet's gonna bump off. Thanks, Pam. Let's see how many more we got here before we get knocked out.
Well, when you said Alligator Alley, was that, you weren't down in Florida, were you?
No, this was in South Carolina.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So was there anybody home?
Yeah. It wasn't even caught with a shotgun. I was walking around trespassing. That's
I don't know why I'm laughing because, yeah, there could have been.
the whole back of the house was gone. So yeah, I don't think so.
yeah, it looks like it should be chiggers in that grass too.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the other end of the spectrum.
Oh,
Oh, geez.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the north end of the Outer Banks, just north of Seahawk. There's a lighthouse up there, and then there's a little park just south of that.
Yeah.
It's home.
oh. Hmm. This a hotel?
No, that was somebody's home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
what's the chimneys, eh?
yeah.
Yeah.
5 fireplaces.
I thought it was warm down there.
Evidently, in the evenings in the winter, I guess it wasn't.
Yeah, the Outer Banks can get cool in the winter, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably gets in the 30s and 40s, I would guess.
Yeah.
Right. And then, let's see here. Maybe I can start my hotspot on my phone, just in case we get knocked off here. Yeah, let me just escape out of this pretty quick. And switch over. If I lose you guys for a second, just hang on while the phone takes over. Yeah, still there? Guys still there?
Yep.
Okay, good, good. Okay. I'm prepping some bird shots for Wednesday, but I can give you a preview of those if you want, real quick. And then we'll call it a day. It's one of my strafe brother friends. I'm always amazed by how close they can get to the water.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you'll see them dragging wingtips sometimes too.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty amazing. Yeah, nice heron. We were sleeping on the beach, I think just south of Kiowa. And that's what I woke up to
Hmm.
outside of
Yeah.
the RV. He was just out there fishing. So that's morning light.
Nice.
Oh, the eye is really sharp. I mean, all of it's, the herons are really sharp.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love
great.
this.
I
You're
love
talking to
it.
me.
Love it.
I love it.
I guess we'll end with that one. All right.
That's exquisite, Sandy. It is.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Nice job.
hopefully we'll see you guys next week, and
Okay.
keep shooting, stay safe, and enjoy.
All right.
Thank you.
Paul.
Thank
You
you.
guys.
Nice to
Have a
meet
good
you.
week.
You too. Okay. Thanks for
Bye.
Have a
coming.
good one.
And thanks for all those wonderful pictures. Thanks.